Hi, I'm Coach Corey Moore with iTry365, and I just wanted to give you a quick clip on changing run form with an athlete. I was working with one this morning who doesn't have a strong history with running. In fact, last year was her first year getting into the multi-sport and endurance sports. So I was okay and confident in changing her run form. However, I do not recommend taking a veteran endurance athlete and changing run form unless you have an extensive amount of time to work with them, because you are basically changing the mechanics of the run, the muscle usages, the biomechanics just in general are changing. So you really open up the door for injury if you try and do that mid-season or even with a short amount of time in an off-season. So I took the athlete this morning who tends to be a toe runner, and she actually walks with a midfoot strike, but once she goes into a run, she immediately reverts to toe running, and there are actually a few elements involved with this. So I took about 30 minutes this morning to explore this and to practice with the midfoot strike, and we'll go directly into that. So I had her on the treadmill first just to take a look at her walk to see if she was a toe walker as well, and she's not. Her walk seems to be still consistent with about a midfoot strike. There's a little hill in there, but nothing atypical for walking. As soon as I had her go into a run, her immediate comfort zone is in the toe running. However, this creates an issue for her personally because she ends up having a lot of calf cramps. She's prone to shin splints, and we noticed that immediately with longer running intervals. Now I have the treadmill set to a walk while she was doing a midfoot strike, and then slowly increasing the speed to a slow jog so that she could become aware of the midfoot strike on a jog. So what you can't see in the video and what you can't hear is that we discussed why she wanted to be a toe runner, and there was actually an emotional, mental element involved with the toe running, and the fact that she had this idea that toe running looked more graceful, that she felt heavier when she was a midfoot striker, and she was worried about the heel strike. Well, obviously heel striking is not an issue here. However, she was able to be aware of the way that she landed. What I had to do on the treadmill, and this is the practice that she will have to do in training, she couldn't go above a 3.8 mile per average on the treadmill without quickly fatiguing and going back to the toe running. So what I will prescribe for her in her training plan is to do her intervals until she feels the form breakdown. Ultimately, she'll be able to bring in more conditioning. She will be able to lengthen the amount of time in the intervals with a proper run form. However, as soon as I went up to about 4 miles an hour, we were less than 30 seconds before reverting back to the toe run. So there's absolutely no reason why she can't be a midfoot strike. Once I put her into a sprint situation to look at her stride, it was evident that she'll be a great runner. As soon as we get this form down, a few little tweaks, definitely some strength work, it's gonna be like a 9-day situation. Obviously, I've left out a lot of things as far as posture, upper body form, stride work. This wasn't meant to be instructional for a full run analysis, but pretty much just an example of moving an athlete from toe running to a midfoot strike, and just some of the minor adjustments that I made that I hope